200 New Zealanders move to Australia every day. Even the migrants don't want to live in New Zealand. They use New Zealand as a stepping stone to get to Australia. Why is Australia so much more appealing than New Zealand? Australia never had a brutal neoliberal revolution like New Zealand did. They had some neoliberal reform, but nothing like what we got. The difference is we had Roger Douglas, while they had Paul Keating. Roger Douglas was an extreme neoliberal fanatic. He massively cut taxes for the rich, while raising taxes on working class people. He engaged in extensive privatisation and deregulation. He radically transformed the country, and he did so without any hint of a mandate. He repeatedly misled and deceived the voters. He totally destroyed the credibility of the Labour Party. This allowed the National Party to take power and complete the neoliberal revolution. They ruthlessly gutted the welfare state with euthanasia and demolished workers' rights with the Employment Contracts Act. This never happened in Australia. Paul Keating did some neoliberal reform, but it was far more limited. He opted to raise taxes on the wealthy with a tax on capital gains. He defended the tax-free threshold and refused to introduce a comprehensive GST. Most importantly, he defeated John Hewson. John Hewson would have been Australia's Roger Douglas. He wanted to cut taxes for the rich and raise taxes on the poor. He wanted to demolish workers' rights. He wanted privatisation. He wanted deregulation. But Paul Keating defeated him in the 1993 Australian election. The Liberals eventually came to power, but not until 1996, and John Howard was an economic moderate. This is the critical difference between Australia and New Zealand. Australia never had a brutal neoliberal revolution, New Zealand did. Australia is a much better place to be working class. Workers pay less tax, there is a tax-free threshold, and the GST is lower. Workers get paid more. Trade unions are stronger, the minimum wage is higher, penal rates apply to weekend work. The political right likes to pretend that pro-worker policy will cause people to flee New Zealand. They fail to acknowledge that people are already fleeing New Zealand. Every day, 200 people move to a country that has pro-worker policy. Brain drain is a serious issue. We are losing our best workers. We need a radical, pro-worker realignment.